June 11th. Just picked up this Husqvarna TS148XK from Ames True Value. Gonna get it home. Check it out. Time to cut some grass. Well, just pulled into the yard and thought I'd give you a little bit more of a detailed look at it. So this is the 48-inch XK, and I guess it's a TS series as well, but it's got a Kohler engine in it. It's 24 horsepower, and the 48 means it's a 48-inch deck. It's got 3 blades. One of the things that I really liked about this tractor versus I think the bigger one was that it had almost a 5-gallon tank, and I have a fair amount to mow, so that definitely helps out a lot. And it seems like it's pretty simple to maintain, and there's a fair amount of room to be able to get in and around the motor. It's not overly loud, but of course you should always use hearing protection. And also I noticed with the larger one didn't have this bar on there, and you know, accidents happen. I think I mentioned it's 3 blades. So I drove it up onto the trailer at Ames True Value. The dipstick is a simple, just pull out, no twist, with a gasket there, and it clips in, and it's also got a little clip on both 180 degrees opposite to help keep it there. Another great thing about some of these newer vehicles and stuff is the fuel filter. I have learned the hard way to always have a fuel filter. Regardless, I still will use a funnel with a strainer to keep stuff out of the fuel tank. This looks like it's a pretty easy oil filter to replace. Here's the depth of cut, and that would be handy while you're sitting on the tractor to adjust. Item here of interest, this is to help to put it into freewheel. So if you pull this back, that puts it in a freewheel where you can just push it. If you wanted to push it into your shed or whatever, and it will not operate forward or reverse with that the way it is here. So you need to push that in. It does have a safety seat on it, so you need to be sitting on it to get it to run, not only the blade but the engine itself. To operate it in reverse and mow, you need to turn it to that position, the key, and there's no other added thing that you need to do. This is to engage the mower, and that's I guess a universal thing for power takeoff. Very obvious safety thing here right between the foot pedals, the footrests. Also has some emission control information, and there was some also on the tag for the motor. Here's the funnel that I use with the filter, and I typically will knock that out and knock any dust out of it and wipe it out periodically. And of course I always store it upside down. It can handle a long cart. I have a little, actually it's a Husqvarna little lawn cart. I don't use it very much. It was something that my mother had for many years. One of the other things that I never used with the Cub Cadet that I had was the hose attachment where you could put a garden hose on to clean out the... I didn't find that that was absolutely necessary, but I think that's probably a nice thing to have. For fueling, I like the fact that the seat goes forward and you can get it out of the way. I don't find that many of the fuel cans, jugs today have a very long spout. This is not a real new one, but so again, I like to use the funnel, and then you can place that on there, and you can take the filler neck right off the gasoline container. Here in Maine, we have ethanol added to our fuel, gasoline, and I think it's a maximum of 10% of the fuel. So that's really rough on small engines. It's probably not that great on your automobiles either, but they're probably designed to burn that. So I always use this, and it's 1 ounce, 1 ounce for 5 gallons of fuel. And this is actually my way of not forgetting whether or not I've done it. So if this tag is on the fuel can, that means I've added it either before I went and got fuel for it, or I did it after I brought it home and added it to it. It's fueled up, and I'll set the throttle not quite to fast start, and so you can hear what it sounds like. Full throttle. Went around for 4/10 of an hour, so 24 minutes, plus or minus a minute or two, just with earplugs, and my ears hurt. So this is going to be something that definitely going to use earplugs and my earmuffs for noise reduction. But it cut very well. Continuing on with the review of the Husqvarna that I just recently purchased. So I've got 5 hours on it now, and I wanted to tell you what my initial impressions are of it. And I'm really still pretty impressed with it. The did not realize that it had mulching blades on it, and never had a mower with mulching blades. So I noticed that, as opposed to my old Cub Cadet, where if I didn't lift the grass chute up, it would leave a rick of grass if you hadn't got to it, and heavy rains for a few days and the grass still grows. This, on the other hand, you can leave it down like that, and because of the mulching blades, it doesn't really leave a lot of grass. The one thing that I haven't liked so far is the fuel tank. And you probably can't tell because it's pretty full right now, but it's very difficult sitting in the seat to tell how much fuel you have. And I'll give you kind of a bird's eye view of what that's like. And not knowing the tractor just yet, I did run out of fuel, and that was a little bit of a bummer. And I think it is more uses more fuel than the Cub Cadet that I had. So this is something I'm definitely going to need to get used to checking. And you can see the fuel level here, I think, much better, yeah, with when I slosh it around a little bit.